Hello once again, good people. So it's been a little while since we hit up the flea market, one of our favorite like dollar bin sections around. I was like, man, I need to get there pretty soon, but sure enough, the weekend before I was kind of planning to go there pretty soon, he posted online that he was actually going to do a sale. The dollar bin's actually at three for $1, with the other added bonus or incentive that if you're able to fill up a short box, it would be $35, or bring your own short box and fill it up for 30. Fill up a long box for 50. Originally I had got a bunch of stuff there, like three short boxes full, so that would fill up even a long box, but I pared it down. I was like, you know what? I'm getting too much buyer's remorse. I don't want to. I'm like, I've got like too many comics on the back burner that on a second look, when I looked at them, I'm like, do I really feel like reading this? So I pared those three short boxes down to one absolutely stuffed short box here, and a little bit of extra stuff, and some more stuff from a couple other vendors at that flea market. So this short box here is stuffed to the gills. It's not really organized. A lot of the often before these videos, I like alphabetize and go through with little post-it notes and stuff and mark off pages to look at, but I just couldn't wait. So we're just gonna like unbox this kind of like together and go through it together, so they're not in any kind of order. And if we stop through stuff, it'll be a little bit more haphazard, but some chaos life equation here stuff here. Let's go. You know what? I actually did take since it's so fast for me and so easy, and I just can't stop myself. I actually did just alphabetize these quickly, like under 10 minutes, pretty quick. So, anyways, let's go. Don't judge me. Here's Abe Sapien, The Drowning, #1. Some copies of Airboy here, Airboy #1. I always was like kind of wondering what this is. I looked and it's Chuck Dixon, Tim Sherman, and Timothy Yates on this first issue anyway. Another copy of Airboy #1, #7, #8, #10, #11. From the Mobius Airtight Garage universe, Mobius's Airtight Garage Onyx Overlord. I always think it says Overload, but I guess the story is by Mobius, but not the script and art on this, so we'll see. Another copy of Americomics Special #1, Sentinels of Justice. This is kind of like Watchmen before Watchmen, right? But not dark or anything, just kind of by coincidence, the characters that were influenced the Watchmen characters. Some Eddie Campbell Bacchus. You know I gotta get these. This is Bacchus #5. Bacchus #6. This might be a flip, I don't know, because the art is really true to Beavis and Butthead, but the couple that the couple that I've read were kind of just like too silly and gross. They didn't quite like catch the true spirit of Beavis and Butthead, in my opinion. Anyway, this is Beavis and Butthead Comics #8, but we'll see. This is a Canadian, maybe even a Manitoban classic. Was this by Darren Marinick? Dude's a legend. But this is Big Break Comics. This is kind of like what, from the 80s or maybe even early 90s. I think this is late in the 80s though still. Kind of like that Degrassi High kind of public service announcement kind of stuff aimed at kids of like, don't drink and drive, use a condom. I think it's like that kind of stuff, but kind of classic, Big Break Comics. A set of Black Orchid by Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean, numbers 1 to 3. Let's see what that is. This just looked weird. Burial of Rats. Bram Stoker's Burial of Rats by Jerry Prosser, Francisco Solano Lopez, and inks by Val Merrick. I like Val Merrick, but this looks like some kind of outsider, maybe undergroundish kind of weirdness. It's damaged. It's water damaged, but you may never see it again, so just kind of wondering what it is. Looks like it might be cool, right? Always, we'll see. Okay, last video, or depending on when I post this, a couple of videos ago. Dwayne Swierczynski did that Cable Hope singular comic that I really liked. And I'll check out this again. I did read the first two issues of this previously and didn't like them, but I'll see it again. Maybe he hits his stride later on. So that's Cable number 1 with Ariel Olivetti, and number 18, and number 19. Oh yeah, commenter Kiko Sim or something. You were saying, I know who you are, bro, but you were saying to check these out too. So yeah, grab them on that recommendation as well. Shout out. So, some issues of Captain Harlock, Space Pirate. I hear that this is kind of like an outlaw anarchist kind of futuristic thing, but like kid friendly. Space Pirate Captain Harlock is number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. These are like variant covers, I think, some of them. Okay, this is supposed to be a bit of an iconic run by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale for Challengers of the Unknown. I did try to read issue 1 back in the day, but I didn't like quite get into it, but try it again for a cheap price, right? This is number 1 and number 2. Here's a weird one. Charles Bukowski with Matthias Schultheis, a couple of winos from Fantagraphics Press. Who didn't grow up reading Charles Bukowski, right? But yeah, we'll see what this is. Since this is with Matthias Schultheis, does that mean it's adapted from something Bukowski had already written, or did he write it specifically for this? Either way, though, kind of interesting. Okay, here, this is like one of the major wins for me out of this whole batch or haul. Yeah, highlight from Buichi Terasawa, Cobra. We've talked about this previously. He also did Midnight Eye, and you'll probably recognize this art and characters from that old anime music video, Girlfriend by Matthew Sweet. But yeah, rad stuff, man. This is super fun. I'm stoked to get these, because I didn't even have all of these. I had like the first 4 or 5 only before, but I didn't even know that there's more. So this is Cobra number 1. Number 2, some creases on some of them, but some of these are second copies, so. Cobra number 3. This is fantastic stuff, dude. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. Number 10. And number 12, missing number 11, and I don't know if there are any more after number 12, but yeah, cool as hell, stoked to get these. Yeah, you know, we've been checking out that early Ghost, which was done by Adam Hughes early on. This probably isn't Adam Hughes, but, oh, Lee Weeks, I do like his stuff. Yeah, just kind of checking out more early Ghost. Comics Greatest World, week 3, featuring Ghost. Always grabbing issues under like issue 100, kind of putting a run of that together of Conan the Barbarian. So here's number 75, when I see them cheap anyway. Conan the Barbarian Annual, number 11. Conan Free Comic Book Day from Dark Horse with Timothy Truman, for one thing. I've seen this actually go for hire, like in guides and on Amazon and stuff, so this is like a third copy for me, just because, I don't know, it's cheap, and for some reason I see it at like high prices. King Conan by Timothy Truman. Villarubia, also the colorist, I imagine. He was the colorist for a lot of Richard Corbin stuff. Is it Jose Villarubia? Sorry, I want to check. Yeah, Jose Villarubia. He has a cool Instagram, too. Yeah, it's nice stuff all the time. Here's one that's cool. This has been on my want list for a while. By Barry Windsor Smith, Conan versus Rune. So finally seeing this. Let's flip through real quick, right? I hear this one's very good. I do like Rune, and Conan, depending on if the people working on it do a good job. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I got an extra copy of that Conan versus Rune. Sorry. And there was another copy there, but I was like, you know what? I won't be a pig. I'll leave that third copy there for somebody else if they're ever looking for it. But the copy I left there was the most beat up one, of course. Don't judge me. Okay, Dark Horse presents Concrete #2. Always checking that out. This is kind of cool to find in there. Daredevil number 228. So this is Frank Miller from the Born Again Daredevil run. And it on appearance it looks like beat up, like the cover is rolled, but actually it has a double cover, so like two covers. And the inner cover is fine. So, oh no, there's a little bit of like black there. But let me know what I should do. Should I just rip off the outer cover, or try to like fix it or something? Is this like worth more when there's like a double cover? Is it like a printing error or something weird like that? Yeah, there's a second copy already, so let me know if there is like money to be made in this. I guess I'll get into that game a little bit. Nothing against people making money at this stuff. Dark Horse present. I like. I don't want that to be the sole focus of everything. It's nice to enjoy the comic medium. Anyways, you know that, all the people that are here. Moving on. Dark Horse presents number 31. Kind of working on getting like a run of all of these. I've always kind of thought about having one would be cool. Dark Horse presents number 37. Number 43. Number 50. And here's another one to speculate on. This is pretty common bargain bin fodder, but it is the first appearance of the Max, right? Darker Image number 1. So, DC Comics presents number 61, featuring Superman and OMAC, the One-Man Army Corps. I always like OMAC stuff, so just checking it out. Len Wein and George Perez also. Death Rattle number 1, featuring, by the looks of it, it has some Xenozoic Tales. This wouldn't be the first appearance of Xenozoic Tales, though, would it? Otherwise, that would be worth a bunch. This is Death Rattle Volume 3. So the first appearance of Xenozoic Tales might be in Volume 2. I don't think it's in as early as Volume 1. But, issue of Death Rattle, not bad. Death Blow, when someone wants to blow you away, not for who you are, but for different reasons altogether. I don't know if I got that quote right, but Death Blow by Jim Lee from the 90s, like Image kind of boom. But the reason why I kind of have been looking for this is for the flip book aspect of, on the other side is, or the backup is Cybernary by Nick Manabat. And I've like got this comic and sold it or traded it away like numerous times, but every time I'm like, I want that Cybernary back. I really like that art, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll keep it this time. Always like that Nick Manabat Cybernary. And here's Death Blow number 1 again, but like a different version of the cover. I've never seen this one before. And it has the Death Blow number 2 also. I don't know why I got this, man. Come on, I don't know. Whatever. We'll try it. Jim Lee kind of influenced by the Frank Miller Sin City look at the time, of course. From Chuck Dixon and Leonardo Manco, Doom number 2 of 3. I like both those guys, so here's number 3. Savage Dragon Volume 2, the ongoing series, number 1. Why not? Philip K. Dick's Electric Ant by David Mack, Pascal Alex, and Christopher Sotomayor. I like Philip K. Dick, and David Mack can do some pretty awesome stuff too, so just checking this out. Here's number 1, number 2, and number 4. Is that right? Oh no, number 1, number 3, and number 4 out of 5, so I'm missing number 2, but I'll piece it together, maybe. Elric, issue number 1 by Roy Thomas and P. Craig Russell from Pacific Comics. Elric number 1 for Free Comic Book Day version, The Balance Lost from Boom Studios. I can't help it. I see Evangeline in a quarter bin, or like in a bargain bin, I gotta get it. You know me, I always say this is like an underrated or overlooked series. Kind of for fans of maybe like Lone Wolf and Cub or Young Master meets Mad Max, I would say. Here's Evangeline number 3, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 10, number 11, and the final number 12. A couple copies of the first issue of Excalibur. Yeah, just because I think my original copy is beat up, so we'll see if any of these is an upgrade maybe. So Excalibur number 1. Since I did like John J. Muth on M, I'm going to check this out again. Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown. I just didn't really like the way that he renders Wolverine. That's kind of what turned me off originally. But here's Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown number 1, number 2, 3, and 4. Okay, from Warren Ellis and Carrie Nord, with colors by Dave Stewart, in the Ultimate Universe. Ultimate Human. So this looks like it's like Iron Man and the Hulk, maybe? I don't know if it's mainly Hulk or what. This is number 2 and number 3. Oh, and number 4. Free Comic Book Day. The Inkle by Jodorowsky and Mobius. I hope this is the old, like, one that was colored by Mobius rather than the later computer colored one. Either way. Okay, Comic Rack has recommended Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. So, checking those out. Here's Incognito, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 6. Some adults only Eros comics. That's like the Fantagraphics adults only wing by Bill Willingham, Ironwood, number 2. John Carpenter's Asylum. This is issue number 4. I got it because I saw it was written by Bruce Jones. Art by Leonardo Manco there, so that's not bad either. Okay, John Carpenter's Tales of Science Fiction. This is written by Dwayne Swierczynski. Sorry about the pronunciation there. Yeah, he wrote that X-Men Hope series, so it's like, kind of like when you see Kismet or whatever it's called. It's like, hey, just follow that thread, maybe follow that wave. Here's number 2 of 5. That was number 1, number 3, and number 5. So missing one of them, but it's like missing an episode of a TV show. Maybe I can just, piece it together in my mind. Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, number 1. From Brian Talbot. I like Brian Talbot, so Adventures of Luther Arkwright, number 1. Number 3, kind of getting close to putting a whole set of these together, maybe even a second at the same time. Number 6. Because sometimes there's a reprint by Dark Horse. Maybe that was first due, and this is the original print from Valkyrie Press. Here's one of the Dark Horse ones again. This is number 9, the final issue. Here, this one's good. Mars Attacks Image. This is by Andy Smith and Bill Sienkiewicz. And kind of spoofing the old, Crisis on Infinite Earths cover with Death of Supergirl, right? But it looks fit there. Mars Attacks Image number 4. I filed these under Martha Washington. Give Me Liberty number 3. Marvel Comics presents Wolverine. Marvel Comics presents 86. That's some Sam Keith there. Marvel Comics presents number 90 with the Sam Keith cover. These were always fun to flip through as a kid, so I kind of I was like, these would be fun again to flip through probably. But yeah, until now, I never really saw them at a price that was really enticing, but just grabbed a bunch of these here. The Official Handbook of the Marvel Universe, number 2, number 5, number 6, number 12, number 14, and then here's a series from 85, Official Handbook of the Marvel Universe Deluxe Edition, number 2, number 4, number 12, number 13, Marvel Universe Book of the Dead Deluxe Edition. So this is going over the characters that have died up to that point, right? Some of them. That's number 20. These are the ones that I remember, though. Marvel Universe Update 89. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Some John Arcudi and Doug Monk. The Mask Strikes Back. Number 1. Yeah, we'll see. We'll try reading The Mask. I mean, if it got so popular for a movie, maybe it was fun to read. And if not, it's kind of good to put like a little runner set of these together. Kind of. Number 1. Number 3. I think I have number 2 somewhere else, maybe. Number 4. Number 5. Okay, another like maybe common bargain bin find, but maybe sellable for more as well. Have multiple copies of this, but just upgrading, and yeah. The Max number 1. Namor number 1, from John Byrne. Classic cover. From Mike Baron and Steve Rude. Nexus, the God Con number 1. Nexus, the God Con Part 2, the final. Some more Mike Baron and Will Sportaccio Punisher, because I do like that run a bunch. Why not? There's number 8. Number 9. Number 11. Oh yeah, number 9. Does this have... What a sec. Yeah, this is Punisher Volume 2, the ongoing number 9, by Mike Baron and Will Sportaccio. Punisher's War Journal. Quentin O'Teal was my friend, and I let him down. I was obsessed with nailing the Billionaire Boys Club, Arnold Hansen, and Rocky Erickson for insider trading. I found Quentin just before the cops. He'd written Rocky on the pavement in his own blood. So Mike Baron shouting out Rocky Erickson of the 13th Floor Elevators here. Kind of cool, man. Fun psychedelic band and artists there. Some kind of garagey psych from Texas, 60s and 70s. Okay, continuing on. Punisher number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Number 15. Number 16. Number 17. Had this issue when I was a kid and I just fell in love with it, man. Number 18. Punisher War Journal number 35. I'm just trying to get all the Mike Baron War Journal, maybe. I haven't read all of War Journal, but mostly the Mike Baron stuff I do like. It's number 37. Punisher Armory. I don't know why this series isn't more popular. If you're into guns and ammo, Elliot Brown. It's just weapon porn. Oh man. These are so sick. These are just awesome. The P90. Does anybody play PUBG? PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds? This is still a great weapon today. Still one of the most powerful weapons in that game. That's supposed to be kind of like realistic-ish military sim survival, but it is, nothing is quite that realistic. But yeah, if you're into this kind of thing. I guess a lot of people in Canada aren't. Maybe that's why you can still find these places. You should own these. You should own these kind of comics and weapons. Punisher Armory number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Punisher The Origin of Microchip Part 1. This is actually a good little series here. I have some extras of number 2, I think, so this will be able to put a set for the for Sailor for Friends bin. Origin of Microchip's pretty good. Okay, Ray Bradbury's The Illustrated Man, featuring P. Craig Russell, Guy Davis, and Tim Bradstreet. That's cool. From Topps Comics, which I'd say back in the day, I thought Topps Comics was just getting in on the comic bubble, and overlooked them when they were coming out. But these years later, finding the stuff in the dollar bins or whatever, Topps Comics a lot of the time is good stuff. Okay, so there's that. Some more Rune here by Barry Windsor Smith. Here's Rune number 3 and number 5. Giant size rune #1. I've never seen this one, and it says it has a first look at Rune Silver Surfer #1. Let's flip through this a little bit. Yeah, man. These are fun. Looking forward to this. Some new Barry Windsor Smith rune that I've never read before, so... yeah, let's see some of that Rune Silver Surfer, though. Because when I was flipping through this before, it looked like it was by Barry Windsor Smith as well. Yeah, it is. Cool, dude. That'll be one to look for. Okay, you know I had to do it. An issue of Sisterhood of Steel #1. I love this series. Some second copies of Slash Maraud, because this looks cool. I don't know if it is, but whenever I flip through it, it looks good. I still haven't read it, though. By Doug Mensch and Paul Gulacy. Here's Slash Maraud #1, #2, #3, #5, and #6. So only missing #4 for a second set of that, if it's worth passing along. From Jan Sternad, Mark Verheiden, and art by Mark Texiera. Here's Stalkers #1. I'm looking for more of these. This was fun to read, but yeah, just I need to find more of them. This is just another copy of #1. Another copy of Super Patriot #1, so putting a second set of that together. I talked about this before. I like this Dave Johnson stuff, kind of manga tech influence maybe, but not really like biting the manga style. Kind of reminds you of the kind of tech you see in like Akira and stuff. Yeah, so I do like that. Thriller #10. This one, Alex Nino and another writer are taking over. Walking Dead 156. Negan and Alpha, I guess, on here. Maybe it's iconic, but I never really read the Walking Dead comics, but why not? An issue of Watchmen in the for sale or like bargain bin. You can't beat that, even though it is like a little bit beat up. Still a Watchmen in a bargain bin. How often do you see that? Here's #9. Weapon X #28. Just taking a chance on some newer Marvel stuff. New to me anyway. Whisper #1 on Jim Ruggs. Like he says he loves this series, right? Some more newer Wolverine from Greg Rucka and Derek Robertson. This is Wolverine #3. From a different series, Wolverine, I guess a different volume, Wolverine #3, Jason Aaron and Paul Guedes, I forget. Aspen Comics, Free Comic Book Day, Worlds of Aspen 2011. This is, I forget, what's his name? Benitez, I guess, and Lady Mechanica. Is it John Arcudi and Doug Monk? Who writes this again? Stephen Grant, okay. But I like Doug Monk, so getting these X issues, checking them out when I can. X #1, #2, #3, #5. We'll see how these are. I know Big Elbow, you said the later series is better. So maybe we'll see about that. Uncanny X-Force #31. I might have been missing this. I just love this volume 1 of Uncanny X-Force, you know that. Classic X-Men #29. Just putting a full run of these together as well. Heroes for Hope starring the X-Men. Art Adams cover. Even though this is like, you see this everywhere in bargain bins, so I always skip it. I hear this actually has like good artists on each like page. They kind of trade off every couple of pages. Like it does have Art Adams and some others in here too. I would open it up to flip it through it, but I'm sure you can just do that yourself. You could find this in like every bargain bin you look through. Okay, some Pete Milligan era X-Men, kind of checking that out. This is X-Men #167 and 170. A Free Comic Book Day issue of X-Men. And yeah, like, even though this has this, like, over the big white area, I'm not against it. It's always, like, interesting to me to see these comic shops that may or may not, like, be around today or in the future and stuff. Just kind of, like a checkpoint in history to me, so I'm not against that. X-Men versus the Avengers #2. Yeah, so that was that short box, guys. How about that? 30 bucks for all that? You think that's a good deal? What do you think? It's not often that you'll find like fill a short box kind of deals out there. I'm sure there are more, but you'll have to like scour the earth and stuff. Man, I want to go to more. I think at some point I'll like even be traveling to hit up like comic sales and stuff once I feel like I've exhausted this city and like save up more money and stuff like that. Anyway, moving on. These are from like different vendors and the other vendor that we just got from, but from his like non-dollar bin area. Just a couple from there. Let's go. These are from like a $2 bin that he had, but he got me a deal on these too. I saw this was by David Lapham with Kyle Baker, so I was like, I'll check that out. Hold on, the doorbell's ringing. Be right back. Okay, yeah, that's just the neighborhood, like shady characters showing up after dark to ask to shovel the walk and shit. They're gonna do a fucking shitty job and ask for like $20 to do it. Yeah, this city is going down the tubes, bro. Anyways, on that, just talking about like leaving the city and stuff. Anyways, David Lapham and Kyle Baker, I saw they did this, so I was like, let me get on the Deadpool train too, try some out, see if it's any good. That's number 4 and number 12, sorry. Deadpool versus Punisher #1. Yeah, I'll see about that. I was just kind of like, I'm like, yeah, sometimes I want to see if there's new stuff that's good. Some classic Stephen Hughes, Lady Death. I like him better when he's doing the black and white, but this one actually has a pretty decent interior. A signed issue of Red Sonja. I forget who signed this, but I remember I do have this issue already, and it was one that I was going to keep because I thought it was pretty good. So getting a signed version is kind of cool. This is kind of a controversial issue. I don't know. It's pretty silly of me to get this maybe. But I was like, I'll check it out and see if it's worth keeping. Maybe it's too trashy to keep for posterity, but it's like when Superman and Big Barda apparently got tricked and intoxicated into making a sex tape. Is the basically what they're saying in this without directly saying it. And yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll speculate on this a little bit. I don't know. I got suckered into buying this, maybe just some trash. I don't know if I necessarily want to preserve trash though, but we'll see how it is. John Byrne and Keith Williams. That's Action Comics number 593, controversial issue. This is one of the first appearances of Psylocke in this body or outfit or something. So kind of a semi-key. Uncanny X-Men number 256. Just see if it's an upgrade to the one I have already. An autographed copy of Uncanny X-Men Deluxe number 320, autographed by Joe Madureira. So this is one for Christmas present for somebody, getting that shopping done. Okay, another vendor also had a 3 for $1 dollar bin section sale that day. Pretty smart on his part, right? Interface by James Hudnall and Paul Johnson. Can check these out. This is number 3. I think I have number 1 and maybe number 2 somewhere else. Some more Airboy. Here's Airboy number 24, featuring The Heap. The Heap was the original, maybe inspiration, or was he even created by the same guy who created like Man-Thing and therefore it influenced Swamp Thing? I kind of get that. I can't remember. There's something about like it being created before but being published after or something like that too, but this guy was like before Man-Thing, right? The Heap. So I guess they're bringing him back for this all these years later. Airboy number 25 as well here. Wait a minute, didn't I? Okay, yeah, I think I was missing this one from the other grabs, so found this in this dollar bin. Marvel Universe number 2. I think that's the first series. Some more Mystery number 48, like Max Collins and Terry Beatty. Another copy of Super Patriot number 1. Okay, I think, Big Elbow, maybe you were recommending me this series too. More Dwayne Swierczynski. He's just popping up. Guy I never heard of before, but now just seeing his stuff. This X number 10, number 11, number 12, number 21. number 22, number 23. Okay, some more Esteban Maroto and Roy Thomas. Been trying to put this whole series together, so Dracula Vlad the Impaler, number 3 of 3. I think I have the whole series now. Filling out that little run of Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips' Incognito. This is number 5, so I have number 1 to 6 now. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips Fatale, number 1. I'm gonna see how good all that stuff is. Okay, these are just like, it was bugging me having only like the issues but not the complete trade paperbacks in the sets on the shelves. So I'm like, yeah, let me have the complete set of trade paperbacks for some of these series that are like all-time favorites, right? Planetary, number 1, because I have number 2 on the shelf, and then the single issue is kind of just, you know, Preacher, the 3rd trade paperback of Proud Americans. And these are like the first printings of these two, which matches the other ones I got. Preacher, All Hell's A-Coming. And finally, Preacher, The Alamo. Okay, that does it for this video, guys. So thank you for watching, and let me know how I did. It's fun to talk comics and stuff with you guys all the time. And I hope you find cool stuff out there, too. Alright, take care. See you in the next one.